Right now, Jessie Buckley isn't just an actress, she's a phenomenon. On March 1st, she made history as the first Irish performer to win the Actors Award for Best Leading Actress for her role in Hamnet. She had already swept every major precursor, the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, and the BAFTAs, making her the overwhelming favorite heading into the Oscars. But while she's collecting awards, her career is expanding even further. She's stepping into the lead role of The Bride, a massive gothic production directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal and starring alongside Christian Bale. And suddenly, a woman once told she was too wild for the industry is now one of the most exciting performers working today. But Jessie Buckley's story didn't begin in Hollywood. It began in Killarney, Ireland. Born on December 28, 1989, Jessie grew up as the eldest of 5 children in a lively household filled with music and creativity. Her mother Marina was a vocal coach, which meant performance was always part of everyday's life. Long before acting became her focus, Buckley was deeply immersed in music. She trained in piano, harp, and clarinet, eventually reaching grade 8 through the Royal Irish Academy of Music. But the place where her personality truly came alive was theatre. Jessie attended an all-girls convent school, which created an unusual opportunity. When the school staged musical, someone had to play the male roles. So Jessie stepped forward. She played Tony in West Side Story and Freddie in Chess, roles that required confidence, physical presence, and emotional range. These early performances quietly shaped her acting style because she wasn't confined to traditional roles. Buckley developed a fearless approach to character. She could be dramatic, intense, chaotic, or vulnerable, sometimes all within the same performance. That energy would later become her signature. For the first time, the public saw Jessie Buckley wasn't on a film screen, it was on a reality television stage. At just 18 years old, she entered the BBC talent competition, I'll Do Anything, which aimed to find the next actress to play Nancy in the West End revival of Oliver. Almost immediately, Buckley stood out. Her voice was powerful, her performances felt emotional and raw. Week after week, she became one of the audience favorites. Many viewers believed she would win, but in the final episodes, Jessie Buckley finished second. At the time, it seemed like a crushing loss. Yet years later, Buckley revealed something that changed how people saw that moment. Behind the scenes, the experience had been far more difficult than viewers realized. Judges often criticized her appearance and personality. At one point, she was even sent to what was described as femininity school to learn how to walk in heels. Buckley later called the experience humiliating, and when the show offered her the opportunity to become the understudy of Nancy, she turned it down. Instead of accepting a safe career path, she made a decision that would define her future. She started over. Buckley enrolled at the prestigious Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, known globally as RADA, and there she trained intensely, focusing on the craft of acting rather than fame. Then she emerged professionally. Her career choice looked very different from what many expected. Rather than chasing glamorous roles, Buckley gravitated towards characters who were more complicated, unpredictable, and emotionally intense. Her breakthrough came in the psychological drama, Beast. The film allowed Buckley to explore a character caught between love, suspicion, and violence. Critics praised the performance for its emotional depth. Soon after, she stunned audiences again in the musical drama Wild Rose, playing a Scottish woman determined to become a country singer. When role required both powerful acting and powerful singing, and Buckley delivered both. Then came one of television's most acclaimed series. Her appearance in Chernobyl placed her inside a project that became one of the most respected dramas of the decade. By this point, something had changed. Directors were not just casting Jessie Buckley, they were seeking her out. She had developed a reputation of bringing emotional and predictability to every role she played, and that reputation led to one of the most defining performances of her career. In Hamnet, Buckley portrayed Agnes Shakespeare, the wife of William Shakespeare and the mother of his son, Hamnet. The film focuses on grief, motherhood, and the emotional aftermath of loss. Critics describe Buckley's performance as electrifying, but for Jessie, the film held a deeply personal coincidence. Not long after production ended, she discovered she was pregnant. She later shared that she learned the news only about a week after wrapping the film. She and her husband quietly welcomed their daughter in 2025. Motherhood, she says, has given her an entirely new identity, grounding her even as her career reaches new heights. And those heights are rising. With her upcoming role in The Bride, Buckley is stepping into a much larger cinematic scale, a $100 million Gothic production, and could introduce her to an even wider global audience. Yet, despite the bigger budget and growing fame, Buckley's approach to acting hasn't changed. She still chooses characters that challenge audiences rather than comfort them, which brings us back to the criticism she had early in her career, that she was too wild. In Hollywood, those words are often used as a warning, but sometimes being too much is exactly what allows an artist to stand out. Jessie Buckley didn't win the talent show that first introduced her to the public, but that loss forced her to build a career on her own terms, and today, the industry that once tried to reshape her is now celebrating the very qualities that made her different. Because sometimes the most powerful thing an actor can do is refuse to become predictable. Before you go, I'm curious, what performance made you realize Jessie Buckley was something special? Was it Wild Rose, Beasts, Chernobyl, or Hamnet? Tell me in the comments. I read them all. And if you enjoy deep dive biographies like this, subscribe, because the next actor we are breaking down has even wilder rise to fame.